Imagine it's 2025, and if you're still marketing like it's 2015, you're done. The digital landscape is changing faster than ever. Marketing isn't just a game anymore, it's a battlefield. Every brand is either rising with the times or fading with the noise. You may have heard of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but today we're talking about the 4 horsemen of digital marketing in 2025. Most of you are just sleepwalking through this. You're just trying things to figure out what works. A lot of this advice will be tailored to business owners, but I want you to take these lessons and apply it to your personal branding as well. For those ready to dominate, this is how you thrive amidst all this chaos. Horseman number 1, the AI revolution. Let's be real, if you're not using AI in your marketing by now, you're playing yourself. AI isn't just a tool for Silicon Valley giants, it's a driver behind brands people actually remember. And no, that doesn't mean you have a robot sitting down typing out your ads. It means you use AI to analyze the important parts of your marketing. Let me tell you a story. I was working on a campaign for a small luxury skincare brand. We were losing traction fast, engagement was dropping, and I knew the client was close to pulling out. Desperate times don't call for desperate measures, they call for different measures. I turned to AI to help solve these problems. I broke down our KPIs and our performance, I broke down our goals, and I told the AI the time frame which we have to make results occur. I fed it all the recent posts that we had been dealing with and the results of those posts. When AI actually visualized and interpreted the data, we were shocked with the results. You see, the people viewing our content didn't care about the 4K quality close-up shots of our skincare products in action. They cared about the way the customers that were using them felt and their experiences with them. So we shifted all the content making to, get ready with me, and nighttime skincare routine, and day with the founder type videos. And all of a sudden, engagement spiked. People started trusting the brand again. And with all that said, 2 weeks later, engagement was up 55%. That's the power of AI. It doesn't make you smarter, it makes you unbeatable. With that said, your job isn't gonna be replaced by AI. It's gonna be replaced by someone who can use AI. Here's your action steps. First, automate, then amplify. Don't use AI to run your entire brand and structure your product delivery. I want you to use it to simplify your day-to-day tasks, maybe your calendar, maybe your logistics, maybe your customer service. But I want you to add the personal connections where you can. Maybe if you're selling gym memberships, you're gonna follow up with that person and say, hey, what are your goals working out? Is there any way we can actually help you? Help persuade them to buy by adding a human touch, but automate the marketing efforts, the campaigns, the coupons, all the boring stuff that you shouldn't be personally having to deal with. Together, when you intertwine personal and automated and AI thinking, you become a powerhouse with your brand. Next, I want you to predict and engage. Predict customer needs even before they ask. If you have a physical brand or a website, I want you to plug this into something like just ChatGPT for now. I want you to describe your process of how a customer goes through your website, the exact text that you're feeding to them in pop-ups or home screen offers, whatever it's gonna be to get them to buy, or maybe pamphlets you have in your physical store. And I want you to ask an AI how that can be improved. It's that simple. Maybe you're overloading them with too many offers, or maybe you're not having enough so that they even know they can sign up. Every approach is gonna be different for each business, but this is the best way for you to start. Horseman number 2, data privacy demands. Here's the deal. Data is currency and everybody knows it. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Tesla, all these companies are huge data companies, and they know that the information that they're gathering is more important than the product they're selling a lot of times. Because our data is constantly being mined and taken advantage of, we value where we can actually be respected and have our information kept safe. Stop giving your customers a 30-question pamphlet about their mother's maiden name and their pet's name. Ask them what type of products they're interested in. What kind of budget do you think you can work with? Things like that actually matter to the sale. Now, it's good to build rapport and trust, but if you can't actually relate that back to the sale, then the customer's gonna feel like you're wasting their time, and you probably are. Also, be transparent with the data you're using. Just say, hey, I just need to ask you 4 questions because it's really gonna be helpful in helping you find the product that best meets your needs. If the customer feels like you're getting their information because you're actually trying to help them find a product that better fits their needs, instead of just farming data out of them, they're gonna respect you and engage with your brand a lot more. Action steps. First, look over your brand. Are you collecting information for transparency purposes, or are you doing it simply to have it for future offers? Step 2, essential data only. Are you collecting their address? Is that really important to them being a member of your gym? Do you need to know where they live? Maybe their email is better if you're gonna deliver mail. Number 3, invest in security. The biggest reasons people stop working with brands are related to the fact that they can't trust the brand anymore, or they're not fitting their needs with their marketing. If you lose their data in a breach, or or get hacked into, that's the quickest way for them to lose trust in not only you, but the product you're offering as well. If they don't feel safe, they won't stick around. Horseman number 3, rising customer expectations. Let's face it, today's customers are savvier than ever. They're not just buying products, they're buying values. They're buying experiences. And if you're not delivering on that, then it's over for you. Quality alone doesn't cut it anymore. People are really starting to want brands that they can actually believe in. Think about how many Nike ads you see about winning and championships and success rather than the thread count of their shorts. When I first started, I thought product quality only would drive success, but I was very quickly mistaken. It's the customer experience that keeps them coming back. People like to feel good about engaging with your brand and buying your product. Think about a car dealership. If you weren't pressured and it was very relaxed and you could take your time and look at the vehicles you want, you're gonna probably go with that dealership because you don't feel rushed into a purchase. But if someone's down your throat, sending you offers and financing terms and all this stuff, you're not gonna like that dealership. Here are your action steps. I want you to craft the journey. Every interaction needs to be intentional. You need to plan when you make your offer, and you don't wanna make more than one offer at one time. Don't overload people. Give them an experience and let them look into your offer when they're ready, not when you tell them they are. You can use AI to do this too. Look at your website if you have one and see where most people exit your site instead of continuing perhaps to the next page closer to the checkout. Find those drop-off points and ask yourself, why is this happening? What trust or what level of security or experience are you not providing to them to allow them to transition to the next phase? Let's say your link in bio click is 10%, right? So 100,000 people see it and 10,000 will click on the link to bring you to their website. But maybe your add to cart rate's only like 2%. So out of 10,000 people that see it, only 200 are gonna add a product to their cart. That's traditionally pretty low for items added to the cart or experiences gained like that from that point forward. So if you know that's really low, you're gonna then be able to optimize the experience of maybe their website needs a little bit more work and maybe the marketing is a little bit better at the moment, or vice versa. If a lot of people are adding things to cart, but you're not getting a lot of people clicking on your link, then that's the part you need to fix first. As well as this, engage and continue the experience beyond the sale. Most people fail because they have the misconception that checking out is the end of the game. It matters how your product gets delivered in the mail, if it's priority shipped, if they have a questionnaire, if they have letters asking for engagement or referrals. Again, these are all things that you can adapt for the next year because there's tons of technology to do this. Here's a personal story. One of the brands I work with started implementing this technology. It's a machine that grabs a physical blue ink pen and it writes letters as if it were a person handwriting them. That way when the person gets this weird square envelope in the mail with blue ink handwritten in their name from the founder of the company, they're gonna be very surprised and open it. And when they see this note with scribbles on it saying, "Thank you for your support, it means a lot, you are one of our valued customers, thank you, COO of the company," they're gonna feel valued, even if it's not you actually writing that letter. Leveraging technology to help keep the experience going is how brands survive and thrive in the new year. Horseman number 4. Content overload. I know I talk about this a lot in my videos, but dopamine is getting harder and harder to control nowadays because it's everywhere. Here's a wake-up call. We're in a world of endless scrolling, and your brain is competing for a split second of people's attention. That's getting harder than ever to earn. In the 70s, people would sit down and read magazines and newspapers. They could sit there and stay focused hours on end if they were waiting in a lobby or sitting on the couch. Now you have 5 seconds to complete your offer before they're scrolled on to the next video. That's increasingly difficult. So your solution to that is flooding the feed. It's putting posts out, multiple posts every day, thinking you're gonna keep on their minds a little bit longer. That's probably the fastest way you can get unfollowed by a potential client. The only thing worse than bad content is more bad content. Earlier on, I thought posting all the time, every single day would keep us relevant. I thought more content was more content, but it was actually just more noise. See, when your brain is already on this Instagram or TikTok loop of stimulus, 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 you're just more stimulus. Your offer needs to stand out in a way that actually changes their focus and where they're not expecting to see it. People don't care if you got 30,000 views on 30,000 videos. They care that you got one video that got 1,000 views, but 500 people from it clicked on your link. Engagement is the KPI that you need to be looking at, not views or traffic. Here's the bottom line. Create a purpose with your content or get lost in the noise. That's action step 1. Every post needs to align with your mission. In fact, I always start with what I want as the result of my content, and I work backwards and plan what the video should look like and what it should say. Intentional content leaves a mark that is different because people know that you planned it from the start, and they respect your time and creativity in that process. Next, quality is always greater than quantity. I'm not gonna say much more on that. Invest in good equipment, invest in good sound, and invest in a good experience. Third, I want you to adapt in real time. Use AI and tools built into these apps like Instagram and Facebook to track engagement. Additionally, I want you to engage directly with your audience. Put out comments and respond to people that do comment so that they continuously remember that your brand is engaging with them, and they're more likely to actually convert themselves. Additionally, start asking your customers what they want. People that are engaging with your content, all you have to do is funnel them to your website. They're already choosing to engage because they found what you had to say interesting. Start responding, asking what they want to see more of, asking what would help them more. Start giving a shit about their situation, and they will too. Quality content isn't just about competing for attention. It's about earning it. Lead the conversation and the customer's path forward, where you're just adding to the noise. So there you have it, the 4 deadly horsemen of marketing in 2025. AI revolution, data privacy demands, rising customer expectations, and content overload. These are problems that brands are facing and don't know how to deal with it. If you figure out how to master all of these first, or at least continue iterating your process for them faster than the opponents will, you're gonna capture sales that they simply won't. It's that simple. Marketing is only effective when it's built on a solid foundation. All of this, it doesn't mean a thing unless you act on it, unless you actually keep working on your business, unless you develop that image or the personal brand you want to develop, if that's why you're watching this video. The brands that are going to win in 2025, they're the ones that stop chasing trends and start creating them. Because in this game, you're either a voice or an echo. So ask yourself, who do you want to be?